Boom. It says we are now live.
Make sure the volume's off.
Hello, Instagram Live. This is Kristoffer Polaha, and you are watching the Polaha Chautauqua. We've got our first two guests. Oh, we've got 19 guests. Aha Sarkin says hello. And hey, there's Super Dave from Mississippi. How you doing, brother? It's been a while, man. B Nina 1988 says hi, Chris. And Sarah from Arts in Action. I always think it's Hearts in Action, but it's Her Arts in Action. Says hello. Seb says hello. Good evening, everybody. So welcome. It is September 20th, 2020, 9/20/2020. And I've got a special show about new beginnings and autumn and chilling out as the season rolls in and as the autumn equinox hits us this Tuesday. Before I get started, though, I've got a really special guest who's going to start the evening off. So from the comfort of your own homes, will you please give a warm welcome to Kristoffer Caleb Polaha and his Polaha Chautauqua debut of an original song that he wrote during the quarantine. Caleb, take it away, bud.
Keep shining on, Mississippi moon. Keep shining on through. I do the things I hate, but I love the things I do. Keep shining, Mississippi moon. Love me real good for now, while you're still here in this town. I've been waiting to trade my cross in for a crown. Love me real good for now. Can we dance the night away, away, away? Can I find somehow to make you stay, you stay, you stay? With me, with me. Keep shining on, Mississippi moon. Keep shining on through. I do the things I hate, but I love the things I do. You keep shining, Mississippi moon. Can't you hear those railroads humming? Can't you hear those banshees coming? Oh, but still you keep on running. And can't you hear those railroads humming? Can we dance the night away, away, away? Can I find somehow to make you stay, you stay, you stay? Can we dance the night away, away, away? Can I find somehow to make you stay, you stay, you stay? With me, with me, with me, with me.
There you go. Man, if I could let that song play all night, I would. I'd just be like, do it again, do it again, do it again. Welcome to the Polaha Chautauqua. Caleb, thank you so much for playing. That was extraordinary. And let me get my little thing here locked in, whatever that means. Boom. How we doing, guys? All right, welcome. It is September 20th, and I wanted to talk to you guys about changes and the fall. Sorry, I'm setting up my little thing as we go. So September 20th is the fall equinox, or September 22nd is the fall equinox, the autumn equinox, which is Tuesday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It officially becomes autumn, which for me is this amazing time of year. It makes me think of school. Obviously, I went to New York University, and I got to experience my first fall in the autumn of 1995, the East Coast fall. And there's a crispness in the air. You can see the trees that start to change, all the deciduous trees that start to change. Football, it's the big, big sport. And there's something about, I don't know, there's something about the fact that summer and those long, hot days start to roll and start to roll to an end. And the days get shorter and the evenings get darker, and there's a crispness, and that cool comes in over the heat, and there's something about it. Also, the idea that things start dying and start to roll into hibernation and kind of get ready for winter. And there's something really poetic and really beautiful about that. So for me, autumn is my favorite time of year. People are always like, I like spring and I like summer. A lot of people like Christmas, wintertime. But I like it because you got the trees changing color, apple picking, school starting, the air becomes crisp, new TV season. It used to be, not so much anymore. The holidays. Calvin and Hobbes. You guys remember that by Bill Watterson? Hobbes said, I love fall. So what we're going to do today is talk about the fall. We're going to talk about what you love about autumn. And then what I wanted to do is lay out sort of the groundwork for the Polaha Chautauqua. Again, I'd like to congratulate Gail, last week's winner, for the Polaha Chautauqua, the great Chautauqua art contest. If you go to Instagram and you go to the Polaha Chautauqua page, you'll see her image now. Her decal is there. Everything is happening. Hats and shirts, all these things will be available very, very soon for you. And leaf piles. Who doesn't love leaf piles? So I'm going to open up in a minute, and I want to talk to you guys about autumn and what you love. One of the things that's curious to me, if you do a quick Google search online and you type in poems about fall, you will see a huge list. After Apple Picking by Robert Frost, Autumn Day by Rainer Marie Rilke, The Wild Swans at Cooley by William Butler Yeats, The Autumn by John Keats, Sonnet number 73 by William Shakespeare. He says, that time of year that mayest in me behold, when yellow leaves or none or few do hang upon those boughs which shake against the cold. Robert Frost has a poem called Nature's First Green is Gold. And it goes a little something like this. Nature's first green is gold, her hardest hue to hold. Her early leaves of flower, but only so an hour. Then leaf subsides to leaf, so Eden sank to grief, so dawn goes down to day. Nothing gold can stay. It's interesting because all good things must come to an end. I saw Destry, a friend of mine, Destry, was up here a second ago before, and she was a part of something that I'm a part of right now, which is making a movie. We're making Jurassic World. And it's been this unbelievable experience that for me started basically last December when I got a phone call from my team that said, hey, you got this amazing job. And then I got to start filming it in February. Of course, the pandemic hit, so everything was put on hold, and then we resumed in July. And so I've been here filming, which is why I've been in the UK, filming this movie since July. And it has truly been just this remarkable experience, like one of the greatest jobs I've ever had in my entire life. And I'll have more freedom to talk about it at another point in time when I can give you all the juicy details. But it was like everybody, because of the quarantine and because of the pandemic, we've all had to live together as a cast and as a crew. And it's just been this really incredible experience, like an unbelievably remarkable experience. And my time is up. I'm leaving pretty soon. And it's reminded me of kind of where we're at in the world, where we are in the season, that all good things must come to an end. So Robert Frost's poem there And that's what the Chautauqua is about, dude. So you better hold on to your horses because it's about music and poetry and ideas. So this is the crux of what we're talking about here. But Robert Frost's poem, Nature's First Green is Gold, is that idea that there's this beautiful thing that happens and we love it. And it's the hardest cue to hold. So it's just those things that we love, those moments that we love, that the early feelings of love and the newness of an experience and all that tenderness that new friendship brings. It's hard to hold on to that stuff. And, so Eden sank to grief, so dawn goes down today, nothing gold can stay. So all good things must come to an end. And I think that there's something really sad about that. But there's also something deeply human about reminding ourselves that we are ephemeral creatures that are here temporarily, and our job is to live fully and 100% and be present and to love as hard and as deep as we can. And I wrote a card this week and it reminded me of Paul McCartney's great line that in the end, the love we take is equal to the love we make. And I think that's a sweet reminder too as we move into the fall and as we watch, because the world has been really hard for us this year. 2020 has been a rough year. Day in Autumn. I'll read you one more poem and then I'm going to open this business up and we're going to talk because I want to see what you guys have to say. I want to meet you. Day in Autumn. Now this guy's name is hard. Rainier Marie Rilke or Rilke or Rilke. Anyway, after the summer's yield, Lord, it is time to let your shadow lengthen on the sundials. And in the pastures, let the rough winds fly. As for the final fruits, coax them to roundness. Direct on them 2 days of warmer light to hail them golden toward their term and harry the last few drops of sweetness through the wine. Whoever's homeless now will build no shelter. Who lives alone will live indefinitely so. Waking up to read a little, draft long letters, and along the city's avenues fitfully wander when the wild leaves loosen. That was his deal, wasn't it? Trance, always dealing with the temporal. Yeah, geez, Rilke, way to bring it down, bro. I love autumn, and I want to talk about it. What do you love about autumn? Let's go to the hot takes. Let's see who we got here. All right, I'm bringing on some folks here. I think I had trouble saying goodbye to people, and I had to have you guys hang up. So let's see if it works this week.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. How are you?
I'm sitting here just chilling like a villain. Hi, everybody from Canada. How are you?
What's your name?
I'm Susan.
Hi, Susan. And where are you from, Susan?
I am in Belleville, Ontario, Canada right now.
Belleville, Ontario, Canada.
And I'm just watching. And my son was just here. I was just talking to him about the Chautauqua. And he just walked away. But anyways, he's a fan of yours too.
Your son's like, what is this thing? You're like,
he is. He's like, who is that? Oh, I know him. And then he's like, yeah, I'm going to bed. I was up too early.
That's awesome. We'll tell your son we said hello. How's the weather up there in Ontario? Are you guys still warm or did it get cold yet?
It got a little nippy. I was over in this beautiful place called Prince Edward County this weekend, which is like a new kind of wine industry place. And it's just sort of into Lake Ontario, just like above Rochester, sort of in between kind of thing. But it's so nice. You could see, I even saw like a little sandpiper. And I'm like, what the heck is a sandpiper doing up here? And it was just crazy. But I was going to do a poem tonight. I'm dying that you picked me, actually, because it was all about being present and how people aren't always present anymore to see what is out there. But I think someone a while ago had written something in the Chautauqua, and they were saying, like, you can publish, you can do whatever you want. And I a few years ago, I love this poet, a Canadian poet. I don't know if you guys know him, but he passed away. His name's Al Purdy. But his big thing was going across Canada and like observing people, places, things, just sort of like every Canadian writer went through his little A-frame cottage. Here's a picture of it. I don't know if you could see it.
Yeah, hold it up for a second. Okay, yeah, we see it. Yeah.
And like the who's who of Canadian writers went to this cottage in Prince Edward County. So, anyways, I wrote a poem kind of based on his poem, and his poem was called like The Last Picture, and it was seeing this great blue heron from his cottage, just looking out at it. And then I wrote a poem. We had to update his writing or do something about it.
Yeah.
And my poem was like, what would happen in the modern world if no one was watching the heron anymore? And
That's very interesting. Ooh, she's frozen.
no one's watching.
Okay, question.
No one's really present to see what is going on anymore.
Yeah.
Did you want to hear it?
Now you said, I do want to hear it, but before you do that, I want to know. So you said was this for a class or was this for what?
No, this was just. I just felt like doing it,
This
and they were, because I love Al Purdy, and they were working on turning his house into like a writer's residence place where schools, which is my connection too, where schools could have the writer come and workshop with kids, and the person can just go and write there. And then it was like a fundraiser to sell this book. But anyways.
Awesome. Let's do it. Let's hear it.
Okay. So the whole thing was this is called The Blue Heron's Last Picture. Okay. The hunt shape snaps out of its meditative pose. The blue heron takes flight to the shore of the once tranquil lake. Curious inhabitants now lurk with contorted thumbs ever poised to receive the next inane message of costly spam brain wasters, where corporate hours extend into the night, stealing children's smiles where rocks once were skipped, no time for immobile reflection or serenity of moment. The gangly bird cocks its head, yet is unseen by executives mind-numbingly affixed to their piece of administrata, urgent to none, desperate for some. If the bird was to die at this moment, it would prefer its basic routine framed by leaves to these urbanite frozen visitors who no longer glance up at the little point of land beyond the strangling device in their hands. That's it.
That's wonderful. That's really great.
Thanks.
That's really cool. Did you publish that? Was that something that was
published? Yeah. It got published in this book. It was all Al Purdy's. It's called...
Like inspired by
his work. So you either had to do an essay on his work or change his work or update his work.
Yeah, it's backwards. Read it for us because it's
backwards. It says, and left a place to stand on, poems and essays on Al Purdy. And it was to... But my whole point is people aren't looking anymore at the fall leaves, at the golden sun. And when you just said be present, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's exactly it. Yeah. And you can't waste a moment. Yeah. And you just don't know what you're going to see, or just even be present with each other like we are with the Chautauqua, you know?
Yeah. I love that. Yeah, that's an amazing takeaway. Let me ask you a question, a personal question. What is like, okay, first off, the topic of the day is the autumn. Is there something that happens every year around this time that you just love, that you just look forward to? And if so, is it tied to a memory that you have, like as a little girl, when you were just a kid? Like, is there anything that has connected you to who you were at like 6 or 7 years old?
For me, it's always going back to school. It's also just getting into the groove, getting the new shoes. Like in Canada, we don't go back to school till after Labor Day, so it's September. I know the States, sometimes it's August, but for us, it's always the fall. And then it's just that whole thing, going back, just being there, starting a new year, new class, new kids, new friends. Like, even though it could be the same group of friends, it's just a whole new thing. Yeah. So that's probably why I ended up staying in school for my whole life.
That's
So
awesome.
now it's like new class, new school, new
Are you a
everything,
principal?
but
Are you a
I'm a
principal?
principal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. Okay, so we just spoke. Is that,
Yeah.
did I just
That
mention?
was
Yeah,
me,
that was
the
you.
idiot who couldn't figure it out.
You did it. You got it tonight. You figured it out.
That was me. Yeah.
Well, it
I
was
finally
interesting. I
figured
was
it
sitting,
out. Yeah.
yeah, I was sitting with somebody today he's about 73, and I'm 43, and my little kid is 9, and I was sitting there kind of thinking, I always think like Sundays are fun now for me, and as Fridays were fun, because I'm always thinking I don't want to just come empty-handed on the Chautauqua. Like I want to have something, like prepared a little bit, because you can't just wing like an entire hour. But and I was thinking about how in life our objective is to change and to grow. And so when we're children, we're physically growing and we're maturing physically. But then at a certain point, we stop growing physically, but we start to either grow sort of in wisdom or in maturity or emotionally or spiritually, or we don't,
Hmm.
right? There's a point at which we have a choice to keep growing or to kind of stay put.
And
And
that's the exciting part. Just keep, everything is growth. There's
yeah,
never an end to it.
yeah. Yeah, it really is wonderful. I mean, yeah, and it doesn't stop, does it? Like it's this guy that was talking to today at 73 years old, he was still talking, and I was like, geez, you know, he's got, he's been at this thing for 70 years, and he's still excited about like learning new things and taking on new information and experiencing other, like wanting to know other people's experiences. And to your poem, um, it worries me as much as social media, and I do think that I think that we're all feeling the same thing, and especially people who join here on the Chautauqua, like we're
Hmm.
feeling there is something um, viable to social media. There is something good
Hmm.
that can be had, but it's about like making a positive footprint versus the distraction. Because I guess there's a new documentary on Netflix right now called Social Distancing, or do you know what I'm talking?
Yes.
What's
Yes,
it
I
called?
do. It's on Netflix.
Yeah,
Yeah.
do you know the
I
name of it?
forget, but I couldn't even watch it because I thought it's not perfect for my weekend. I have to watch it during the week maybe because
Yeah,
it just to me is sort of more of it. So
yeah.
this weekend I was all about just being out there.
Yeah, because it really does talk about how they've targeted us as the product, as users, to keep us like a cigarette, like we're just addicted to, and keeping us from being present with each other and present with
That's
like
right.
the world around us and taking in the blue herring and the sunshine and the leaves that are changing and nature, which when you take the time. I mean, if you really want to go down the rabbit hole, my son and I, we were looking at the stars the other night, and I was explaining
Mm.
constellations, and I said, imagine being alive 2,000 years ago. You didn't have radio, you didn't have television, there was no electricity, so every night you would go to the highest place near the town or the village or wherever you were, and you would look up at the stars, and you would start to see patterns in the stars, and you would start to find shapes, and then those shapes would become familiar to you, and then you start watching them shift in the sky, and then you start seeing patterns. And imagine a lifetime of observation that led to generations of observation, because things were quiet and things were paced at a place where, and that's not to discredit our generation, which is fast and which uses technology, and something beautiful is going to come out of that, but it's finding that balance of what it means to be purely human and striving for like that incredible thing, all the while instead of looking at stars season after season and the changing of the leaves and the blue herring and nature, we're like fixated on this stuff.
But this is why we love the Chautauqua. There's people all over the world. Like right
Yeah,
now, there's probably someone, you're in the UK, there's others in the UK, there's people in the States, there's
yeah,
people all over the place. And we're connected in a great way, like a real human to human way.
yeah.
And that is the joy of the Chautauqua.
Well, I
And you
love
never
it.
quite know what's going to happen each
Yeah, you
time.
don't. That's always that's the
It's
surprise.
good.
It's a little intimidating, but it's fun.
It's like, but I like, as you call it, a wing and a prayer, but it's like, but then you just never know. And someone comes on and like opens their mouths and sings this most incredible thing. And your son just like with his set, like earthy chorus, I'm like, oh my gosh,
Oh,
listen to
good.
him go. Like you
Yeah,
just never know
yeah.
what's happening. And I'm like, I'm running around to my family. I'm charging my phone. I got to get ready for this talk when my
I
husband's like,
love
where are
it.
you going?
I love it. Well,
But anyways.
Tell me your name one more time, please.
It's Susan, Brannigan Ramp. Yeah.
Okay, and you're in
And
Ontario.
I'm from Belleville. Yeah.
Okay. You were such a pleasure to have on the show today. Thank you, Susan.
I'm
And thank.
makeupless. Hello, no makeup,
Hey, so
nothing.
am
I'm
I.
just
I've
chilling,
just got a
sitting there.
nice. Yeah, my wife got me a ring light for Father's Day, so that's the only reason I've got like proper lighting now. Thank you for
Just say
sharing
hi
that
to
poem.
everybody in Chautauqua land.
Okay. Hi, hi. All right. Thank you so much for stopping in.
Bye. See
Bye.
you later.
Bye bye.
Bye.
There you go. That is the heart of the Chautauqua, guys. That's what we're doing here, and that's what we love. Um, let's see what we got. Okay, Michon. Waiting for Michon. Coming for you. Let's see, connecting. And we are live in 3, 2, 1. No. Man, this is another part of it. It gives me like a little charge, especially if I don't know the person, which I don't in this case. All right, I'm gonna come back to you. It says you're connecting, but we're not, and I'm gonna come back. All right, McShawn, I'm coming back for you. Here's our first guest tonight. Aharisen, connecting. Hello.
Hi there.
You were the first guest tonight. Did you know that? You were the first person to tune in live. I
I didn't.
saw your name and I was like,
Well, I have an alarm set, so I know when you're coming on. So my phone rings, and then I just kind of waited.
I love it. Okay. What is your favorite thing about the autumn?
I love the autumn. You know, we don't. I'm in Southern California, so we don't get all the beautiful leaves and things like that. So what I usually have to do is go somewhere. And actually today, went to a place called Oak Glen, which is kind of in the hills, and
Not to be
where they do
confused
all
with
the
Oakland, right?
Oak Glen.
Oak Glen, okay.
Okay, so they have apple picking and they have pumpkin patches and all kinds of stuff. It's a whole little community out in kind of like in the San Bernardino area.
Yeah, yeah.
So I love doing that kind of stuff. And because we don't get the change of leaves and things like that, you really have to go away from, Southern California to see that.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's what I like to do. I like to go out and, look for that kind of stuff
That's
because,
beautiful.
it's not normal here.
Right. Have you ever been to a place called Julian, California? Right up.
I have. It's beautiful.
They do apple picking this time of year. It's weird. It's like all of a sudden you get kind of like this New England sort of fall experience, but it's in the mountains outside of San Diego.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful out there. I haven't gone in a few years, but that's a good idea. Oak Glen's probably about 20 minutes from my house, so it's like really convenient. So we go a couple of times, and we picked up some apple butter and some pumpkin butter, and
You got all it's all ready. You're ready for autumn. There you go.
I am. I even decorated my house for autumn, with the fake autumn leaves and things like that, and then of course my orange background here in another room. So
awesome. That's awesome. Well, do you have anything you want to read or anything else you want to contribute today?
no, I just wanted to hop on and just say hi.
Well, hi. It's good to see you again.
Good to see you too. I'm glad I was able to say hi. I know you've got lots of people who want to come on, but just wanted to say hi again. And it's always great to be here.
I appreciate you stopping in. I do. I appreciate you setting an alarm for the Polaha Chautauqua. Are you going to get a hat when I get? So what it'll be is a hat like this with the little symbol right there on it. Are you excited?
Oh, you betcha. I'll wear a hat any old day.
I love that. Okay, good. Well, it's good to see you again.
Okay, take care.
All right, we'll see you next week.
Okay, will do. Okay, bye.
All right. Okay, let's see what else we got. Hey, I don't know what's happened to the comments. For some reason, let's see. Yeah, I think somehow the comments got turned off, which is fine, which is all fine. Well, Gail, hi, Gail. I'm going to come to you in a second. I'm going to go to Amy Beach first. Let's see what we got here. Oh, there they are. And all of a sudden, they're by. There they are. I've got my Well, hi.
Hi.
Are you Amy?
Yes.
Hi, Amy. Where are you coming to me live from?
Canton, Georgia.
Canton, Georgia. What is it like in Canton, Georgia? Like, if we've never been there before, what are we missing?
This weekend is our first weekend that fall has come.
Okay.
Like you're feeling the weather. So today it was like a high of maybe 72 degrees.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Nice breeze, just perfect weather.
That's
Perfect football weather.
it is. Now, are you close to some college football? Because they got some serious college football in Georgia.
Yeah, we're serious college football fans.
Okay.
My team is Miami Hurricanes and my
Okay.
brother is FSU. So we're like a
Okay.
divided household.
So you got some Florida in you. Are you guys Florida natives? Did you come up
Yes.
from Georgia? Okay.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So
My wife's family did the opposite. Long time ago, they were from Georgia, like literally 100 years ago, and then they moved down into Florida and they've been there ever since.
so they went opposite.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
all left the heat.
yeah. You're like, we want a little fall. Are you? Is Georgia? Are you kind of near? I know there's mountains as you get closer. If you go west, and you actually get foliage, don't you? Like, or am
Oh
I
yeah,
wrong? Yeah.
it'll get very orange and gold here. We're about 35 miles north of Atlanta. So we're
Okay.
in the foothills of the Smoky Mountains.
Oh, you are. Yeah. So you're right
Hmm.
there. Yeah. It really gets beautiful. I mean, it rivals Vermont, the foliage.
Oh yeah, it gets gorgeous. And
Hmm.
it doesn't start till like the end of October, beginning of November.
Okay. Well, then the question on the table today is what is your favorite? I think you might have answered it with football, but maybe that or whatever. But your favorite thing about autumn?
It's the leaves.
Yeah.
It's just the leaves. I love it. And I get really sad when they fall off the trees and the winter's here and then it's gloomy till spring.
Well, let me ask you something. I'm going to go a little deeper with you. Why is it that the leaves evoke an emotional response to you? Like, what is it about the changing of the leaves that you go, I like that?
It's just the colors. I love
Yeah.
bright. I just love bright colors. It's like the first time I went to Hawaii, I was just all in. I just couldn't get over how bright the colors were in Hawaii, how red the reds were, and how purple the purples were.
Just
And it's
like,
the same with fall. So I'm intrigued with the oranges or the orange, and the yellows are so yellow.
yeah, it's like nature showing off, right?
Yeah, it's just beautiful.
It is beautiful. It's funny. I was looking up Bill Watterson because do you remember the Calvin and Hobbes, that little sketch that used to be in the funny papers by Bill Watterson? It's about the little boy and his stuffed tiger. Do you remember
Yes,
that at all? Okay, and
yes,
he like used to be in the Sunday papers, but they're like, Anyway, he used to write. For some reason, he wrote a ton. I loved that comic growing up, and so I had all the books. And he used to write an inordinate amount about the fall, and one of them was about the trees and they're like fireworks. It's like, you know what I mean, like the fireworks, these explosions of color. So
yeah,
I
they're
get
just
that.
beautiful.
I get that. Yeah, yeah.
And
They're
nature's
not.
great. And up here too, in Georgia, they plant on the highways all the wildflowers. So in the fall, they all bloom on the highway.
Oh,
So when
that's
you're driving, you just see them in there with the leaves. So it's just really breathtaking. It's really beautiful.
that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Well, Amy, thank you for stopping in today and saying hi.
Well, thanks for having me on. And I miss you. I need Hallmark stuff to start coming back.
Oh man, don't even get me started about Hallmark this year. I don't know. I don't know. I know that we are making a Mystery 101, but then after that, I don't know what I'm doing for them this year. It's going to be I've been stuck in the UK for the last 5 months, so it's been I've missed some windows here as far as Christmas stuff goes, but we'll
Well, at
see.
least you're in the UK. I was supposed to fly over into the UK in August, and of course it got canceled.
Yeah, the whole world got canceled, right?
Yeah, so I'm waiting. The minute they reopen, I'm going.
You're like, I'm getting in. I'm going in.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, Amy. Well, it's a pleasure meeting you via this wonderful little contraption called Instagram Live. And do you come in every week? Will I see you again?
No, yeah, you'll see me again. This is my first time seeing you live, though.
I love that. Well, thank you for tuning in. We have a whole thing going on here. It's called the Polaha Chautauqua, and now it's Sunday nights, and we just jump on and we have this whole thing. Like you'll enjoy it.
Yeah, it's awesome. So yeah,
Awesome. All right, cool. Well, bye.
bye.
See you. Oh, what a world. I love it. Okay, let's see what else we got today. Doodle-dee-doo-doo-doo-doo. Okay, Dot. Um, let's see. Okay, Isaiah, let's see what you got, buddy. Where are you at, Isaiah? I think Isaiah wants to say hi, and I think I've said hi to Isaiah before. Comments are funny today. Hi, Isaiah. I live in the UK right now because I'm filming a movie here, but I don't live there all the time. I live in LA still. Isaiah, you can't connect with me, bud? Okay, we're going to go then to Dot. Let's see, Dot. Dot. Yeah. I need to have something to read while we... Well, hi, Dot.
Hi.
How are you?
How you doing, Chris?
How are you doing?
Good to see ya.
It's nice to see you. Where are you coming to me live from?
South Carolina.
South Carolina. The
Right.
South is representing tonight. Let me tell you what.
South Carolina.
How's
Sure
it?
enough.
Tell me, how is it in South Carolina? What are we missing?
Oh, well, school's back.
Okay.
Most of the kids are going 5 days a week.
Okay. That's
In some of the counties, not all the counties in South Carolina.
Yep.
I don't know if you call that normal or not. That's as normal gets, I guess.
Yeah. Here, all the kids are back in school, and we'll see what happens. I mean, if the numbers start rising again, I think they might have to do the thing but I think they're trying to restore life as we know it. It's weird. It's weird times right now.
Yes.
It's
Yes, it is.
And this COVID is a very unusual thing where it's affecting certain people, but then not everybody else. And so then you start feeling like, yeah, exactly. Rosie said, "What's normal today?" Abnormal.
Yeah. Good question.
It's normal today. Yeah.
Well, how are the fires in California affecting where you live?
They aren't, thankfully, other than
Oh.
air quality.
Okay.
But yeah, they're not. Nothing in Los Angeles that I know of in my area is burning. But
Okay.
yeah, thank you for
I've been
asking.
thinking about you in that respect
Yeah,
and praying that, everything, because I know so many people have lost everything out there.
I know it's really wild.
Mhm.
There was an explorer whose name I'm forgetting right now. It's not John C. Fremont, although it might be John C. Fremont. Anyway, he was the guy he was the first guy to go across the Sierra Nevadas, and he was the first guy to go into Yosemite, and he was the first guy to see Lake Tahoe, and he stood on this one peak and he could see across. And he said at the time that the trees, these pine trees, were so tall and big, and there was so much space between them that you could ride a horse at full gallop through the forest. And the problem with the last 100 years of sort of building and living and creating, establishing communities and towns and cities in the California, Nevada, Oregon area is that we've stopped the natural sort of smaller brush fires that sort of took out all of that fuel early on. And so now we have these really dense forests, and the minute you get a forest fire, the heat is so intense, the trees literally explode with heat. And that's why, so because of the density of the population, we have to figure out a balance with nature,
Yes.
It's finding that balance of not killing everything and destroying all of it, but like preserving it in a way that yeah, because I think we're seeing more and more of this, and it's hard to, I don't know. I'm not the expert. I'm just an actor, but that's my sense of the fires in California. Well,
I enjoy your acting. So
Thank you, Dot. Before I let you go, what is your favorite thing about autumn?
my favorite thing about autumn are two things:
What are they?
football
Mm-hmm.
and leaves that change color that are gorgeous.
Love that.
We don't have a lot of that in South Carolina. I have to go to North Carolina to see that, really.
Yeah, you do.
We don't have a lot of that in South Carolina, but I do enjoy those two things.
I love
And I do have a team here that's won the national championship. 1981, Clemson Tigers
Yeah.
University.
Yeah.
And we may have a Heisman winner. We're hoping to, and we're going to put Clemson University on the map.
Well, you guys are doing pretty good.
Very good team.
Yeah.
Very good team.
Yeah.
And we have a wonderful coach who is a fine Christian
He
man.
really is a great guy.
Very dedicated, very
He
dedicated.
seems like a really wonderful coach. Every time I see him in interviews or hear him talk about his players or the way he coaches, I'm always impressed. And your quarterback, is an amazing quarterback.
Have you watched any of the games by chance? Have you had an opportunity?
No, I can't. I'm in the UK right now, and I can't get a hold of any football, American football. So I've missed all of it. My kid's on a fantasy football team, and so he's doing his thing, watching people. But yeah, no, we're
Okay.
We'll catch up. We'll catch up.
We'll catch up. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm just keeping my fingers crossed, because I don't know, it's just great because I live within 30 miles of Clemson anyway.
This is going to chap your hide. Just so you know, you're talking to a guy whose kid loves Alabama.
Well, I have some good friends who are Alabama fans, but we don't fight.
You won't hold it against me, right?
I will. And even the University of South Carolina, which Clemson is very much a big rival.
Yeah.
I don't hate those people either. I love them because I love everybody.
I love that, Dot. Well, thank you for coming to the show today. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Appreciate you too.
All right.
You take care.
You too. We'll see you soon.
I'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
There we go. Bye-bye, Dot. All right, let's see who else we got. Let's talk to our winner from last week, Miss Gail. Miss Gail. Well, hello, Gail. How you doing, winner?
Hello. I'm good, thank you. Good.
You know, it's funny. I said I wanted to talk to you about a few little changes, but the more I look at it and I've already posted it and it's up there. Have you enjoyed seeing it on the actual page?
I have.
Good. I hope you do. And when I keep looking at it and I'm like, it's kind of perfect. Like I just really like it's really great. You did a great job.
Oh,
and I love
you.
the response from people. People are really like, hey, that was a good choice. Like it's good. And
yeah, that was really kind.
Yeah, what I love about this community is that the other finalists, they all kind of DM'd me, or I think even in like publicly, they were like, yeah, it was a good call. Like the color, all of it worked, and it's very sweet. I loved it. I love the group of people.
Yeah, I was waiting all week thinking you were going to contact me about making changes. I'm like, oh, he must be just so busy. He hasn't had time.
Well, I'm reaching out to you now to officially let you know. Like, I think I'm pretty happy. I'm very happy with it. And I think I'm officially very, like we're happy. But I was going to get to you soon. I was going to email you and be like, hey, but I still want to, I am gonna when I do whatever it is that I'm gonna do, like hats and shirts and stuff, you'll be getting a little care package from me. So good to have that information.
I would love
that. Yeah. How are you doing otherwise? What's going on?
I'm doing good. We had a great weekend. We actually had our niece and her boyfriend come to visit, which was huge because we don't live anywhere near any of our family, and so this 6 months has been hard because we normally would go home and visit or they'd come see us. And so it was so nice. It just felt kind of normal to have family, in our house with us. So that was nice.
That is, nice. That's cool.
Yeah.
And it's fun. It starts to kick off it makes it feel a little bit like the holidays, which is the season that we're kicking into.
Yeah. A little bit.
What is your favorite thing about autumn, if you have one?
Well, I do, and if you'll permit me, I did want to share one other thing about the seasons.
Yeah.
Because this year has been so hard on so many levels for everybody. It's been stressful and it's been uncertain and it's been painful, and actually the fact that we're changing seasons is actually very reassuring for me. Like it's providing a source of comfort to me.
Yeah.
And it made me think of Daniel chapter 2, where he says, blessed be the name of God forever and ever, to whom belong wisdom and might. He changes times and seasons. He removes kings and sets up kings. He gives wisdom to the wise and knowledge to those who have understanding. So the fact that we're changing seasons is actually like a balm to my soul right now, because it makes me remember that God is in control
Yeah,
despite all of this chaos. And it gives me strength.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
And I love that you brought it back to God, because I think that is the one thing that I've neglected to mention in Chautauqua. So thank you for doing this, because it is that reminder, that beautiful reminder, when things change around us, when nature all of a sudden starts to physically change,
Mm-hmm.
but there's hope in it, because we know that spring will come and there will be this life will explode again. And so even
That's right.
though the days are getting darker, and even though it gets colder and snow in some places settles down and everything gets quiet and hushed, we know that life continues to roll forward. And I think,
That's right.
yeah, and it has always been, for some reason, I've always, fall to me, and unfortunately, I mean, not unfortunately, it's always been akin to the dying process, like to that, like
Yeah.
that point where we grow old and we kind of like start to fade away a little bit. But I don't know why it's always given me so much hope. Like,
Yeah.
I know spring is amazing and I love the summer, and it's all tied into, I think wanting to go home ultimately.
Yeah.
You
It
know,
is.
it's like
That's true. That's true.
yeah, we're getting ready. It's like you're
Yeah.
getting ready to go on the big trip.
Yep.
Well, I love your soul, and I really love you coming on and sharing that. Thank you.
Oh, thanks. I hope you have a great week.
I hope you have a great week, Gail. And you're off the hook.
And
There's no more work to do. You're done. You did it. You did it.
I'm just gonna keep basking in my glory over here.
You should. Yeah. And I'll let you know as soon as there's stuff, merchandise.
Okay.
You'll know, because you'll be getting a care package from me. And
That's
send me
awesome. I'll
send me
be
another note too. Let me know how many people are in your household, and I'll make sure that they're all decked out.
okay.
Okay.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, Gail. God bless you.
Take
Bye.
care. Bye.
Bye. It's perfect. Okay, we're coming down to the end here. Hey, let's see what John's got to say. Seasons are special. Fall is one of them. Oh my gosh.
Hi,
Who is this?
my name's John. I'm a big fan of Life Unexpected. This is my face mask. It's for scars.
All right, John. Appreciate you coming on.
It's the fall. I don't like the fall. I like the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why is that?
because the fall makes me kind of sad.
John, I wish you the best, my friend. I know who John is. John's a wise guy. Let's see who. Oh my gosh. Okay, before I go live with anybody, that, by the way, guys, that was not cool. That was my son, who thought he was making a funny. And if you heard my wife laughing right now in the other room, you know how insane my family truly is. So welcome to the Polaha family circus. He's got a light mask. Yeah, I know, John. Jill. Let's see, Jackie. You guys, that's crazy. You need to come in here now, is what you guys need to do. It's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. Hi. Hello.
Hi.
Oh, I cannot see you, Jackie. Where are you?
I'll turn my battery was low, so I was in the kitchen.
Oh, there you are. Hi, Jackie. How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
What's going on? Where are you coming to me live from?
I'm from New Hampshire.
You are from New Hampshire. Okay.
Yes.
America,
And fall is beautiful
I
here.
have the greatest love affair from a literary point of view with New England, and New Hampshire is in the heart of it. What part of New Hampshire are you from?
I live in Meredith on Lake
Oh
Winnipesaukee.
my gosh, it sounds amazing. And you're in the heart of fall at
It
this
is
point. Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
We're just beginning. The colors are just changing.
Okay. Very
So
cool.
we'll be in peak color around mid-October.
Isn't that amazing? Tell people who've never been there, what is it like as far as, did you grow up in New Hampshire? Have you spent your whole life there? Or did you move there?
I actually grew up in upstate New York.
Which is a little further south, but still New England.
No, well, actually in the Adirondacks. So I grew up in the Adirondacks.
Man, you've had that's all beautiful.
Well, I did live in Alabama for a few years.
Wow, we like Alabama too.
Yeah, well, I was in the Army, so
Well, thank you for your service. That's cool. How long did you live in Alabama?
3 years.
Okay. Is it like Dothan, Alabama? Where were you?
I was in Anniston, Alabama.
Okay. Okay.
Fort McClellan, Women's Army Corps, long time ago.
Very cool. That's very
Yeah, my daughter's an Army officer, and my son's an Air Force Lieutenant Colonel.
Holy cow. Well, thank you.
And my grandson is at the Naval Academy.
Wow. You guys
Yeah.
are serving our country. Thank you.
Well, my parents both served in World War II.
Did they really?
Yeah, my mother was a WAC.
Okay. Okay. Tell me your story. You get it. So what is a WAC?
Women's Army Corps.
Women's Army Corps. Holy cow. Okay. And what was that?
That was started in 1942 during World War II so that the women could help serve.
Okay. And was she stationed in America, or did she go overseas? Was she stationed overseas?
She was in America most of the time. A lot of the women did a lot of jobs in America so the men would be free to fight in Europe or in the Pacific.
Yeah. And what theater did he serve in?
He was in the Navy. He was on an oil tanker during the whole war.
Okay. Okay. That's amazing. That's really cool stories. And then you decided to join. Oh, Jill Wagner.
I joined.
So my friend Jill Wagner. Do you watch Mystery 101 by any chance?
I do. I love it.
So you know Jill.
Yep.
Have you ever heard of something called the FET, the Fets, or the Lionesses?
No.
Okay. Well, you're about to, because she just sold a show about women and serving. It's like almost like special ops. She's going to be able to explain it a lot better, but it's a special ops. It's females who are special ops in the Middle East because the men weren't allowed to talk to the women. And so they had these women that would come in.
Right. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So when I first went in, it was still the Women's Army Corps, and then we were integrated into the male branches of the Army.
That's cool. That's really cool. Thank you so much for your service. I really appreciate it. And for
it was fun.
Yeah, and for your kids and for your
My grandson is at Annapolis now.
Wow, that's a really amazing legacy of service. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's really cool. Well, what is your favorite thing about autumn?
Autumn was really my husband's favorite season.
Okay.
And he's now gone. He passed away last year.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
So autumn is bittersweet.
Yeah.
But I do love living in New England. You have to appreciate all the colors, the pumpkins, the corn stalks, everything.
Yeah. 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 Walt Whitman was from New England, and so was Henry David Thoreau.
Robert Frost lived in New Hampshire as well.
Robert Frost, yeah. Yeah. That's amazing. Well, thank you so much. Have you watched the Polaha Chautauqua for a while, or are you new to the show?
I started watching it somewhere like around Good Friday. It took me a while to understand Instagram.
Yeah. I hear you.
In fact, I submitted a painting for your contest.
You did? Can you describe it for me?
I did the painting of a picture that you took of your sons when you were hiking.
That was you.
That was me.
Do you have it with you?
I have it.
Let's see it. Is it close?
It's in my studio.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't want you to have to go to your studio.
Well, my studio's right here. My house, well, it is Can you see it?
I can see, go out a little bit further out. There it is. Yeah, that's amazing. Look at, they're my kids. That's incredible. And did
Yes,
you
the
guys,
first painting I was able to finish in a long time.
I know you told me that in your letter. You told me that. You know, it's interesting. Grieving is interesting, and what we do. And there's nothing I can say that's going to make you feel any better. But I'm so glad that you were able to finish that painting, and that means the world to me. And I'm going to follow. I was about to follow up with you. I just was inundated with emails from the actual contest itself, because I appreciate your offer to have that sent my way. Was that a? Did you freehand it, like just from the image itself?
Yes, it's all hand painted.
Yeah, that's really incredible. It's beautiful.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and what are your plans for autumn? Do you have family around?
No, my kids are spread out. One's in Germany, one's in Georgia, one's in Connecticut, and one's in the other part of New Hampshire.
Okay, okay.
But tomorrow I'm heading to my sister's in the Adirondacks.
You know, the Adirondacks roll into the Poconos. Am I wrong about that, or am I right about that?
The Adirondacks are in the northern part of New Hampshire, and then the Poconos are down below the Catskills in the southern part of New York.
Yeah. Is it the same mountain ridge, though, or is it a separate little ridge?
It's all part of the Appalachians. It all falls into the
Appalachians, right?
right?
Yeah. I got struck by lightning when I was camping there.
Really?
I mean, the tent that I was staying in did. We were up on a hill, and there was a storm that came down the Hudson, and all of a sudden there was these flashes of lightning, and then our tent, it was me and these two girls, and we took off all our jewelry and we held hands and we just sat there. We're like, oh no. And it hit the tent and it went down the graphite poles, and our hair stood up, and it felt like we were being bitten by 1,000 little bugs. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the tent, was going crazy with the wind. Everything got really calm and still, and then boom, bright light, and then it moved down the river.
Yeah.
I'm here to tell the story.
Quite an experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, you survived. That's wonderful.
Well, I'll tell you what.
That you survived.
I know. I'm going to reach out to you regarding that painting.
Okay.
And then I'm so glad that you're part of this community. And will you just join us every week when you have a chance? We'd love to have you back.
I do. I look forward to it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much. It was a pleasure talking with you. And I'd love to talk to you in greater detail in the future about your service and about your parents' service, because that's so interesting to me.
Yeah, we have 3 generations of women, which is quite unusual.
Really cool. It's really unusual.
Yeah.
Really, really cool. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much. What a treat having you on the show tonight.
Well, thank you.
I'll see you soon.
All right. Have a good week.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, there we go, guys. See, the thing that I love about the Chautauqua is that I get to meet people from all over the world who are far more fascinating than I'll ever be. And I just get the joy of being on TV, which gives me an audience, and in movies. But man, the world is a wonderful place, and it's filled with so many incredible human beings. So be good to yourselves this week. Thank you for watching the Polaha Chautauqua. I'm going to sign off. Let's see if hey, Caleb, you want to play another song? I mean, they're in their shenanigans. You want to throw one down?
Sure. How much time?
Okay. I mean, you got a couple minutes. You can just play till it ends. Anyway, I'm going to pray for you guys. Lord, I just lift up this crew who's watching. I pray for their week, that they will be blessed and be safe and be healthy. And thank you guys for watching this. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you next Sunday. Bye-bye. All right, dude. Go for it. Here, you can sit here. Wild horses running free inside my head now. This way, that way, coming my way.
lying in bed now, and if I called out your name in the middle of the night, would that be alright? Water crashing all around me, I can't breathe now. Smoke and fire come surround me. Let me breathe now, and if I called out your name in the middle of the night, would that be alright? Whoa.